I think one of the most important messages is that everyone has the right to their individuality and to live their lives free from harm.
Hello, everyone. I am here with Dr. David L. Rodrigues. He's an accomplished researcher in social and organizational psychology with a focus on human sexuality, relationships, and health behaviors. Welcome.
I thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for being with us today. I want to start out with your 30-second origin story. How did you find your way into sexual health, and when did you realize this is my specialty?
I actually found my way into sexual health somewhat by chance. I've been working on relationship science for almost 20 years, and my background is on social psychology. I know it doesn't it doesn't look like it.
I know. I'm like, okay, you look like you're like 25. So how is this possible?
Thank you. But I'm not. And one day I came across a really cool motivational theory, regulatory focus theory, and I started examining different sexual practices and experiences through that lens. And I think I realized I was a specialist in this field when I was invited to be part of the Gender and Rights Advisory Panel at the World Health Organization, helping ensure a human rights approach to research and policy.
Oh, I love it. What a great story. What is one current shift or trend in sexual health that genuinely excites you right now?
I don't really want to sound predictable, but the one shift that really excites me is the increasingly inclusive approach to sexuality and sexual health. I get that research as a field has multiple layers, and every study can have its place in advancing knowledge. But I also think that it's time we pay more attention to people who have been systematically overlooked, including gender and sexually diverse people, people with disabilities, and people with intersecting identities. Looking at the lived experiences of these people is crucial for improving their sexual health and well-being.
If you could teach the world one essential insight about sexual health, something that really moves the needle, what would it be?
I guess the most important insight I would share is that sexual health is so much more than preventing diseases or unwanted outcomes. Sexual health is about it, of course, but equally important is also about pleasure, communication, knowledge, and respect for oneself and for other people. We must continue advocating so that we can all reach a point where sexual health is understood from a truly comprehensive perspective. I think that's
Absolutely.
the ultimate goal. Have the pleasure in, otherwise, something's missing.
Become an in-demand sexual health professional. Gain expert education and become a SHA certified therapist, coach, counselor, or educator. Hit the subscribe button to learn more.
Sexual Health Alliance, we train many people who want to work in the sexual health space. So, what's the most important thing professionals need to know?
I believe that everyone in this area, both professionals who completed the training and people who are currently undergoing their training, is to be aware that we all have a set of beliefs that were passed on to us through socialization, and our beliefs shape the way we look at and interact with the world. And some of these beliefs may be stigmatizing towards others. If we're not aware of our beliefs and don't actively question them, we may unintentionally end up causing harm to others. And this is exactly what we should avoid in our work and practice.
Absolutely. That is such great advice. I want to talk to the next generation. So, like our Gen Zs, our Gen Alphas, if you could leave one message for the next generation about sexual health, what would it be and why does it matter right now?
Well, with everything that's going on around the world right now, I think one of the most important messages is that everyone has the right to their individuality and to live their lives free from harm. So I believe that we all need to acknowledge the diversity within our societies, recognize that people's needs are really nuanced, adapt our work to address and be respectful of those needs, and to the best of our abilities, ensure that there are no setbacks in rights and justice.
Absolutely. Very well said. Now, I'm curious because we're going to talk about things in a global context here. So, how have you noticed that sexuality education is different in Portugal and Spain versus what you know about the United States?
So, Portugal and Spain are pretty similar in terms of sexuality education throughout the years, meaning that it's now becoming, in Spain is now mandatory, in Portugal is mandatory for quite some time. But at the same time, we are experiencing some setbacks due to the far right movements across Europe, similar to the US. But the difference to the US is that there are no really nationwide policies in the US. And at the same time, there's a huge abstinence-only framework dominating a lot of state-wise policies, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So this is one of the biggest differences. But this is not to say that sexuality education in Portugal and Spain are amazing, because it's not. There's a lot of flaws and there's a lot of room to work and to improve. So I will be happy to share our context in our talk.
Oh, we're going to learn so much. I love learning about sexuality education in other countries, what they're doing well, where there's room for improvement. This is going to be a fascinating talk.
I hope so.
Yes. All right. Well, Dr. David Rodrigues, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for having me and
You're
for
welcome.
sharing whatever I know with anyone who's interested in learning.
Oh, well, we have such a passionate community here of professionals who are so interested in sexual health, and we're happy to have you share with us.
Of course, I will be happy to share my knowledge.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.